1 second. All right, cool. Now this way I could just send it out like that. All right, so today we're going to be doing a workshop to transition from lack of sales to sales. Now, we're here today with a business owner who has tremendous work ethic, has been in the game for a while, doing everything in her power to make sure that she's reaching her target audience. And we'll do a quick highlight on this person today, Miss Linda Stowe, with her company, I Remember. Now, I Remember is the goal with I Remember is to be the national emblem and brand of remembrance. And the way that you start that goal was with the jewelry line. So let's look at that. So we have the jewelry line. You're using different varieties of software to host your digital line. You have a book that you are releasing really soon to the public. You have all these different timeless tokens, very beautiful site. Everything looks great. Um, my question is, what do you what is your biggest bottleneck right now?
I guess coming up with something that works so that I can repeat it. I mean, I've done individual sales, they seem to work, but not on consistent basis. I don't have, only have one corporate sale, and I've been trying to get back to those so that I could maybe do bulk sales.
For those individual sales, what's working for you?
Mostly presenting, just presenting it to them.
So are you at workshops? Where you at and are you don't do it a door?
Pretty much door to door.
Okay. Does the neighborhood, before you go to these doors, are you targeting people? Are you going to like senior citizen homes? Are you targeting people who already have loved ones, but also have the funds to spend?
Yeah, mostly people that I know right now. I mean, I've targeted people that I didn't know, but where my biggest sales have come is people I know. I do have people where I meet in the grocery store or wherever I'm at. So I talk to them wherever I am. I've made sales that way also. So
And
wherever I am, I'm talking to people.
you said you had one corporate sale. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
That's with a funeral home, and they actually purchased one of the items, 150 the first time, and then it went so well they purchased 1,000 the next time. So
Wow.
I'm waiting on them now. They've purchased some small pieces too, but not on a consistent basis. So I've been looking for other funeral homes. I've got a lot of feelers out there, but no success yet.
Understood. Understood. So the the project that we're going to do today, the workshop we're going to do, we're going to invite you to write down all of the buzzwords and ambiguous phrases that you've heard at work recently, and we're going to put them on a sticky note. So if you don't have a sticky note or you don't have anything to write something down, so just pull up Canva or put up something easy. I know you got Microsoft and all that good stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to look at how we're targeting people and how we're going to redirect and retarget them in the future. Because what I'm hearing you say is you're doing the business and you want a repeatable system that allows you to do the business every single day. Now, even if you don't get a sale every single day, you want to be able to say, at least I'm rinsing and repeating the process that does get me a sale. So again, you said talking to family members and working with funeral homes have been your two target successful customers. The funeral homes purchasing a small amount and then going to $1,000 pack piece amount, and then having a relationship for potential part on part. So we would look at that as a moving piece, and then you want to just rinse and repeat that. And the family members, when you sell it to the family members, how do you normally pitch it to them?
Um,
What do you
It
typically?
depends. It depends on what it is. A lot of times I'll wear the product. I'll have the product with me and show it to them, and then we talk about remembering deceased loved ones. How so I provide avenues for um honoring deceased loved ones.
Uh-huh.
That's usually what I'll say. I say we provide avenues for honoring deceased loved ones and for emotional healing. And this is how we do it through um, the products that we do. We have a we have a symbol that speaks when words fail us. And sometimes we want to say, we want to even if we're giving a gift to someone, we want to say something without saying something because we often don't know what to say. So the symbol that we use is a heart-shaped puzzle symbol with a piece missing, and that piece missing is represents the person that passed away. And so
Mhm.
the unspoken message is, I can't forget. I won't forget. I remember the person that's missing from my life. This is a message of love. It's called I Remember, a Message of Love. That's the name of the book.
I like that. I remember Message of Love. And now when I heard you going through your phrases, your catchphrases for your business, I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember. Um we want to understand, we want to look at buzzwords as those words that mean something different to other people, right? So when you say I remember, to some people, I remember could trigger a positive feeling. To some people, I remember could remember a remorseful feeling, a grief feeling. Um, so finding a way to replace false understanding with true agreements by driving empty words out of the conversation. So when we look at different ways to connect with people, we want to decipher what they're understanding. So it's a little easier, like you said, with family members. What when you go to door, what issues do you have? Like as you're going door to door, you go to knock on the door, they open the door, you're talking to them. What's the biggest no?
There's never a no. They always say, that's wonderful. This is a great idea. Um, let me see what you have. And then yeah, I've had some, if I'm standing in line, yes, I want this. Um, I don't have the money today, but can I get it to call you tomorrow? And of course, I always follow up. So I've got a couple I got to follow up with now.
So when you follow up, what day was that you just had that conversation?
This is my constant conversation with each one of them. I'll ask them. Um, is this? I'll ask them something like, hmm,
Like, what does that follow up look like? You know what I
well,
mean?
follow up. And usually, I'll come back and I'll say I'll usually ask them something like, "Well, I have the product available now. Are you ready for it?" And they say yes or no, or can wait a little bit longer, or can we do a specific date? And I'll usually accommodate that, whatever date they say.
And how many prospects do we have out there right now that hasn't made a purchase yet? That said that.
Probably five right now.
Okay, and where do you have them list that? Where are they written down at?
And I have a tag thing that I use that I write them down. I
Okay.
have a spreadsheet, not a spreadsheet, but I have I do have a spreadsheet that I use, but I also have a follow up sheet that I'll write their names. I have a sheet that I keep everything on, so it has thousands of pages on anything that I need to come back to. I usually keep it in my on that spreadsheet on that sheet, and I
What
go
I
back to
what I like about our software is that we have a opportunities tab, right? And the opportunities tab, it shows you the different people that you can put in your pipeline. So let's say you meet someone in the grocery store and they say they want a bracelet. They say, "Oh, I like that one." Now, specifically, the bracelet may be $80, but you might put them down for 200 because now you say, "Okay, I like the bracelet, but I'm gonna upsell them on something else." And yeah, you might have their number and name in there, however is listed or whatever. but then you would have them in there, and as after you talk to them, you meet them that day in the grocery store, and then you give them a call. You move them over here to the contact tab, okay, and you contact them, and they say, Miss Linda, well, and you can see my screen. Just follow. Make sure you see
I
my
can
screen.
I can see it.
So let's say you say, okay, Miss Linda, give me a couple days. I'm not ready yet. So then you'd go in there and you add a note and say, call back in 2 days. Then you go from there. You leave a note. Boom. Note. You've reminded yourself in case you forget. Put it away. Don't sit it down. You know what I mean? So boom. You'd have made that note. 2 days come around. You want to make sure that you remember to follow up with them. So right, still on the same menu. We didn't go anywhere. We got a follow up section if we wanted to put something there. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit add a task, right? And we're going to say call in 2 days. So not only do we need a note that said that they said call back in 2 days, but we're also going to lock in a date and a time. I'm going to call them back at 11 p.m. at 11:55 p.m. on the dot, and I'm going to remind myself to call them. I'm going to assign it to myself, Linda, and I'm going to hit save. So now I remember not just the ones you love, but I remember to follow up with you. Okay. Now I know you're pretty good at following up, but this is just a seamless system that allows you to follow up a lot easier. So you done left a note for yourself, and in 2 days or whatever, you'll get an alert saying follow up with example deal Taylor Ray. Okay. So you called up, you talk to them. They say, okay, oh, perfect, thank you so much. Um, um, uh, Send me over the invoice. So now you move them from qualified to proposal sent, right? So anybody in your system, anybody working with you, they also have the capability to see where the person is in that pipeline. So let's say you're out sick for a couple of days and you're just not feeling it, but your business still needs to run, and you got someone like me on there. So, okay, who do we have? Okay, we got Taylor. Let me follow up with Taylor because Taylor proposal was sent, but when I go and check the invoice, I see that there wasn't an invoice collected yet, right? I see that this one's done, but there wasn't an invoice collected yet. So we need to go back and follow up and go back to that pipeline, the opportunities tab, which is right over top of payments. And we need to see what's going on. So I'm going to go read the notes. First thing I'm going to do is read the notes. Okay, call back in 2 days. Okay, she followed up. Got it. Next thing I need to do is to go ahead and give that person a call. So I'd go to the contacts, which I won't go into your contacts because we don't want to give your numbers out. And we would give that person a call. So let's just go to Taylor's fake number, right? And then we just give them a call straight through the software. We don't leave. We didn't go anywhere. Of course, the temporary phone then got tired of people harassing them, but we call them and we say, hey, I just want to say thank you for considering. I remember Ms. Linda's out sick today, and I just wanted to let you know we're still thinking about you. We know that you said that you were interested in this pendant, and we got everything packaged up and ready for you to go. We didn't get your credit card last time we talked. Can I go ahead and take that now? And then if they playing games or not. If you even going can you do $12 then negotiation? Oh yeah, I'll do it right now. Then you close them. But you move them up and down this pipeline so that you're able to keep track at where they are. Are they new? Did you send them an invoice yet? Did they follow up with them? Are they serious? Are they qualified? Or have you just called them? And then you rotate them through this pipeline so that you can move them through. So, but that's not what we're going to do. I'm just showing you a different way to organize communication. You still with me?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'll go ahead and close this out for right now. Because what I want to focus on is, were you able to write down any of those buzzwords?
Oh, well, I was listening now.
No worries. So, all right, so cool. What we'll do a quick activity. It's called buzzword breakup, right? And what this activity is going to do is going to allow us to work on our pitch, right? We want to be considerate that while we're pitching to people door to door, or if we're talking to them in person or in the store, that we're being considerate of what we're saying, and that we're saying what they're understanding, because there's a lot easier ways to close sales if with a proper strategy. Okay. So what I want you to do is, while we're waiting, I want you to write down, or make a note of any buzzwords or ambiguous phrases that you may have heard yourself use, or you may have heard while selling this jewelry.
I don't know if they're ambiguous. To me, they weren't, and they didn't seem to be, not understand what I was talking about.
So people tend to understand what you're selling. No, that's good. That's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. So let's do an activity. I'm going to be the customer. I'm not going to be a difficult customer because we're in the grocery store. We just met. The role plays we just met. We're already having a good conversation. We're already cheerful. And then I want you to walk me through the process. So typically the last person you met in the grocery store, how did that conversation start?
Mhm.
Who initiated the conversation? You or them?
It could be either one of us, because a lot of times when people not when they're talking to me, then I want to talk about what I want to talk about. So I will bring it around to what I want to, no matter what they start with. If they start with "Hello, how you doing?" and they start with something else, then I'll say I'm doing great, and I'll say something like um I don't know, that we'll start talking about family members and whatnot, and then I'll say if they mention that they have had a loss, then that's my gateway. That's part of my gateway. I'll say, well, I said, well, I provide avenues of emotional healing and ways to remember your deceased loved ones.
Hmm.
This is something that I started for myself, something that I needed, and I'm sure everybody wants to be remembered for the good that they've done. So let me share with you. Let me give you one of these, which is my usual silicone bracelets, and then I share them with them, the symbol itself and the meaning of the symbol. It's, oh yeah, this is great. This is wonderful. This is ingenious. Lady the other night saying somebody's going to steal this. I said no, I've already gotten it copywritten. Everything's done. I said so. She of course promises that she's going to call. She's going to go through. She's actually with an organization,
Hmm.
which is what I was looking for. Um, and one of the grief organizations. So she um I think we might be able to do business. Um, so that was one of the last ones that I had. And then have people, that come up to me, especially if they see the teddy bear. Often I'll take the teddy bear with me, in a clear um, pocket, clear backpack, and
Hmm.
then I'll find a way to start talking about it. And they say, well, "What is this?" And I said, "Oh," I said, "Have you ever lost someone that you really just loved and just cared about?" I said, "Don't you want to be remembered for the good that you've done?" I said, "And this is my way of doing that." And then I show them how some of the products and whatnot that we have. And so that's pretty much how I did it. So sometimes
So
it depends on the synergy too, that the person, what they give off, how I can start the conversation.
mhm.
So it depends on them too.
Would you
But I will
say
find a way.
that
I will find a way to get it around to what I want to talk about.
that's good? Would you say right now you could benefit from, I'm gonna give you three: strategy, innovation, or storytelling where you are right now? Welcome,
Strategy.
April.
Hi, April.
So
Let me say strategy.
so
I know
strategy.
how to tell a story. That I got down.
Mhm.
Um, Innovation. I can't get any more innovative than this. So
So tell me more. So strategy. What do you think you need strategy wise?
mm, I don't know now, because I mean I've tried everything that I can think of, and it's not that. One thing with sales, any sales, it is a numbers game. You do have to continue to do it. That is true. Um, I know I want to do more online.
Hmm.
I just want to do more. I need to do more online. Physically, I need to do more online. Um, More so than going to as many events. I want to go to events, but I want to spend the majority of it to be online because then it's easier for me. Like actually this weekend,
Uh-huh.
Sunday, I want to go to the Marine Corps Marathon. They
Hmm.
have a section there where they remember deceased loved ones. They actually call out a section. So I want to go and leave one of my signs that said I remember. It's only going to say I remember. It's not going to have where to reach me at. They're going to have to find me online.
Okay, so that means you need to make sure that your online presence is stacked. So, um, when it comes to strategy system, my question to you, this is just to keep it straightforward, right? And this is yes or no. Um, and do you have a clear idea of what you should be working on and why? And I heard you say that you want to go to the events, you want to do some virtual stuff, but do you have a clear idea of what you should be working on and why?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I know I need to be working on online. It's what I want to work on
Okay.
more, and I know
And
why because that's what I want. That's where I want to focus at.
no,
Because
that's
that's
good.
the
No, you answered it. I know you answered it. I just wanted to hear you say it just to make sure that we following procedure. So right now the next question is, are you aware of all the moving parts of what you're working on?
I guess not because I'm not as successful as I need to be. So what avenues are there? The avenues that I know of are I've I can't do Facebook not in the traditional sense because it's just not productive for me. Um, then I've got to put together more ads, which I've been working on that. I have a couple more ads that I want to use. So I'm going to actually use AI to do some more of those. I plan to have a whole list of them ready.
Hmm.
Then figure out how I was going to get it published. Um, I have the words that I need. I've been working on um, vid.
Yeah. Hmm.
I've been working on that.
So you like
Um,
that? You like that, huh?
I like it. I'm still not as proficient as I need to be.
Hmm.
It's just continue to practice and figure out how to the words I have. I know how to do it, but just putting the pictures with it and making it flow so that so that it looks fine. But I'm not
Yeah.
that good at designing. I mean, I have the words. I just need to design. So
Got it. So I'm hearing you're saying that you have a vision, you have the tools, and a lot of it you're just trying to find the connection between them both.
yeah, just trying the connection that works. Find a path that works so that I can repeat that path. So I can repeat that one, but finding it.
Hmm. Finding that. Tell me more.
That's it. I've searched for it and I've had many ads going, but not apparently not the right ads or not the one that's been a successful one.
Have you seen an ad that caught your attention lately?
No, I've been too focused on my stuff. I haven't
What was the last thing that you purchased
by myself.
in general?
Mm, a mattress. Mm,
How'd you hear about the mattress?
I didn't hear about it. I just knew I needed one, so I searched it out.
I needed one, so I searched it out. Do you think your customers are going to need what you have so they'll start searching you out?
I did.
If you needed what you had, how would you search you out? What would you type in? What's the first thing? Let's do that exercise. Let's go to Google. You're your ideal customer. What am I typing in Google? Don't say I remember because I don't know you yet.
Keepsakes.
Okay.
Say urns.
Okay.
Mm,
So you with me?
Lockets.
Right. You with me though, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've done this. Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah, I know, but look, we on Google and it's like when we look for it, we're not the first thing to pop up, right?
Mhm.
And that puts us at a disadvantage in general. Okay. Because if I type in I remember, then we have it that pops up. So maybe we'll say, let's try this. Let's try remember my mom. It's still not, you know what I mean? So what we want to do is we want to come up with tactics where if Google isn't the platform, then what is, right? Where is that? You said you want to do more online, right? So, and I asked you earlier, you said no. So we stopped there. You said you don't know if if you feel like you're at that space where you know everything that you're supposed to do in that field because everything that you've been trying hasn't been working. So today the goal was to create a system, and April, what we want to do is to create a system that says from start to finish every single day, I can rinse and repeat. And this task that I'm rinsing and repeating should work. Because if we do the same thing, let's copy and paste the exact same words. But the question is, are these the only places online that a person would search? No. Where else would they search? They might search on Reddit. They might search on YouTube. Okay. Meaning there's a ton of different shopping networks and opportunities with the same product, same such and such, all that stuff. Now, it's not if you could tell stories or not, but if we could tell the story of your brand to the point that it pushes past the noise, right? And I didn't tell her, I didn't plan on putting April on the spot, but April is looking to expand her career by learning a new task in AI content creation. But if you don't mind me sharing, do you mind me sharing?
I don't know where you're going, but okay.
I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. I'm more so professional background. I know that you want to get into developing digital products and marketing for those products. So Miss Linda has a brand called I Remember. It's a jewelry line that helps you remember your loved ones, such as urns, such as lockets, bracelets, teddy bears, all those lovable things that helps you cherish the ones that you love. And I know the reason why I wanted you to hop on is because I know that you want to get into developing more product oriented content. And I think that you guys are on a similar journey when it comes to that. But I want to point out, having different backgrounds, right? So Ms. Linda comes from a background of organization and professional skills and home wife and all those different things. Transition to individual product to global brand, to where she's like dropping signs off with the Pope died, and like she's just going all out. As you mentioned, she mentioned earlier, she's going to be doing a marine thing. And for you, you know, having publicist experience, going through all of your walks of life as it comes to education and knowing, you're basically a media expert. But learning to apply those journalist skills to content creation and products. Because I just did a case study I recently released on my YouTube channel about how The Simpsons how Butterfingers used The Simpsons to make all that money. Y'all remember the Butterfinger commercials with The Simpsons?
Mhm.
Bart Simpson. What, Miss Linda?
I don't remember. I mean, I know what Butterfingers a candy.
Do you know about The Simpsons?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't like them, but I watched it.
There you go. That makes
Yeah, I
sense.
didn't
No,
like them.
because there was a big staple where, how about this Frosted Flakes? You know Tony the Tiger?
Mm-hmm.
That's a mascot, an animated mascot. Which opened up opportunities to sell to people because it didn't feel like a human, you know. So thinking about different tactics, right? Thinking about different ways that you can actually serve your community, different things you can do besides the typical, you know, the mystery machine. You understand what I'm saying? So it's finding that problem and solving it. Her website, let's pull that up. I'll pull that up now. Let's do that. Let's do that now. It's I remember your
Your life.
life.com. I'm gonna share that screen. All right. So her product is amazing. She got the business portion down pat. What she wants to do is increase sales. The thing that I've been, you know, attempting to promote is having a system in place to drive those sales. Because, you know, we all got products, everybody got something that they selling, but you think about, I used to work fast food. They're not better than you. KFC's not better than you. They got a system in place. You know, if it's slow, when it was slow and we didn't make any money, I was still at work.
I was thinking about, that's why I thought about if I promoted the symbol itself and the unspoken message of the symbol itself, then whatever products we use is still it's going to be in line with the symbol. So if you notice, everything that I have is either blue, because that's what it's all about, or personalized ways of personalizing remembrance items.
Can people customize other colors, or it's only blue?
The only blue. We want to, right now, there's not a brand that honors us, or that you can go to that honors as the deceased loved one. No one, everybody has different pieces, but there's not a brand that when you see that, you know that they're honoring a deceased loved one. So that's why I came up with this color. The color scheme. Go to the symbol, Emmanuel. She can't something she can think. Okay, if you see this symbol, the heart-shaped symbol is a puzzle piece,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a piece missing from the puzzle, meaning that somebody passed away. So when you see this symbol, it has an unspoken message. The unspoken message is, I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember the person that's missing from my life.
Mm-hmm.
So wearing this says, if you want to give, sometimes you want to give something to somebody because you don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you have a created message that a symbol stands for, You
Mm-hmm.
know what it says, that it speaks for you. And it lets the person know that, I'm honoring, I have a way of honoring my deceased loved one. And this is a personalized way. I have a book I should have it by the weekend. It says, I remember a message of love. And in that, it talks about um, having a way to honor and to for a love that mattered, for a life that mattered. This is a way of showing and remembering and keeping them in the forefront of your life. You know that you won't forget them, but it's nice to know that they know that you haven't forgotten them. And how do they know that? By you keeping them in the forefront of your life.
Right.
And
I
this is a way of doing it.
I love it. It's very appealing the way it looks.
Thank you. So now it's just trying to find a way to get the message out. And part of me wants the symbol more than anything else because the symbol says everything.
Right.
Everybody has a necklace. They have a photo of things that they can put up there, but there's not a branded one. So we want one that is specifically designed for remembering deceased loved ones. That's why this is there.
So, and with that, I think it's so beautiful. And I don't really attach myself to a lot of my customers and partners and stuff like that when it comes to product. I never really try to just try to keep a distance. But with your product, I immediately understood the mission and the vision and the longevity of it. I see
Mhm.
this being something that, as my organization is still growing, something that we can sell for years and years. I always tell you, let's get some type of let's do some type of something. I know we got to make time for it, but it's also it's the onus is on you to get your affiliate thing set up. You know what I mean? Rather, whatever. We'll talk about that offline because I don't want to get into certain things, but getting that set up is important. Like every one of us should have our own affiliate platform set up, but we got to make sure that we set it up the right way so that you ain't nobody posting no free locket, ain't no damn free locket. But what that was for, if you click the link, that would take you to the sign up to actually get the free locket. You know what I mean?
But
The,
that was the locket was a keychain. The one that was supposed to be free wasn't the one that you showed there.
yeah. We get that.
It
We
showed that. Yeah.
listen. I hate when people do that when they post stuff and then you click on it and you find out it ain't the locket that you signed up
Yeah,
for.
right. That's not what you're talking about.
But then they click on it and they done got signed up. So your social media person, he got a little trigger happy, because free does work, and um
Free doesn't work if it has to come from me when I didn't. That's not what I said.
no, you're hilarious. No, absolutely. So
I,
But
again,
I
so what we try to do is provide avenues of emotional healing,
well, that's
avenues
yeah,
and
exactly.
these are our avenues of emotional healing as well as ways of honoring and your deceased loved ones, and also showing the legacy of them to letting them know that this is this is their legacy.
I have a
So
question
Exactly.
this
for you, Linda. What is in the missing piece? There's something in there. I can't really see what it
it
is.
says I remember.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
This On this one, we have it done this way specifically because oftentimes you have to open up a locket to be able to see it, and I wanted it to be front and back. Front of it, show the front of it. In front of it is the locket, is the
Yeah, hold
puzzle
on.
piece
Hold on.
itself,
Give me
and
one
then
second.
when you switch it over, it's it shows a photo. So once it goes in there, you never have to take it out.
All right, so let me get this Canva thing open on this whiteboard
Yeah.
so so we can get to work. No, absolutely. I mean, the product itself is flawless. There's no question, right? At the end of the day, you got Pandora, you got K Jewelry, you got all these different.
I've been to both of them. I've sent actually proposals to both of them.
No, those are your competitors right now. Right now, those
No,
are your competitors.
well, actually, they are my competitors. Well, not really. I'm no competition for them, but I did
You say
actually.
that today. You know, competition
Well,
today.
actually, what I did was I actually sent a proposal to them to partner with them, so they could sell my stuff in their store.
Yeah.
Of course, I haven't heard back from them, but
No, yeah, that's not how it, that's not really how it typically would work.
mhm.
Trade
When you,
design, right?
huh?
I'm asking Linda if she's trademark.
Yes,
Yeah. But again, April, that's why she's the ideal candidate. Most people don't have their stuff together. She has everything that you can think of. When I say she crossed her T's, dotted her I's, and when we met, her whole point was she's ready to get the races running. You know, she done did every bit of footwork. The only thing now is she knows who the customer is. I feel like she knows who the customer is, but I feel like she really needs to identify who that is and hone in on them. Um, from the leads that you did get, like, are you calling them? Like, what's the first step?
yeah. I mean, I always follow up, always.
Okay, so we start off with a call, right? Boom. What's the next step?
Uh, Send an invoice if everything goes well, then, and if it doesn't, then I'll follow up again. If they, as long as they don't tell me no, I continue to follow up
Okay, well, we're not okay. So okay,
till the sale is complete and I actually mail it. I mail the product as soon as I get the order.
okay. So what does your day look like? You
I
wake up in
always
the
check my
morning.
I always check my emails first to see if I have any
Okay.
emails or any kind of communication from anyone. Um, then it depending on I may work on depending on if I
No,
need
no,
another.
no, not May. Tell me specifically. You
Oh,
gotta. You get
that's the first thing I do. I always check that to see if there's nothing. Then I have to usually sometimes I'll plan my day for what I'm going to do the next day after then because I may be calling or going door to door. And I've done that.
what
Uh,
days do you go door to door?
I don't have a specific day that I've done that.
What day have you sold doing door to door?
I don't know.
How many times have you sold doing door to door?
I mean, several times, but when I say door to door, I may be in a grocery store, maybe wherever I'm at, then I'll always find a way to talk to people. And I may not sell that day, but I usually follow up and sell.
Okay.
Um,
So it sounds like you don't have you're not, and we already knew the answer, but you don't have a system in place. You're not following the system. You're not organized. You know, it's like you have all the pieces, but they're all over the place. Like I might call, I may call, I do this here and there. Maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing that. But you need a schedule for consistency. Okay. You need to know what day that you're doing what. You need to know on Tuesdays, I do door to door only on Tuesdays, or I'm only doing calls on Wednesday. I'm only doing my emails from 12 to 7 p.m. You know what I mean? Let me ask you this: when you check your emails in the morning and you don't have anything in there, what's the first feeling?
mm,
Does it go up? Do you go down?
well, I start planning. I don't see because if my day's not going to start out with that, if it starts out with that, then my plan is to get the order completed. Then
What does an ideal day start look like?
I don't know. But ideal means an ideal day is I open up my email, there are sales there, and I actually mail them.
How
Then I
many
continue.
sales?
Ideally, of course, ideally 5 to 10 a
Okay,
day would be great.
okay. So let's do it. So you get the sales, all right? And so you get 5 sales in your email, right? What's the first step? Check
First
your
step, I
email. What
think
time? What time you check your email? What time?
9.
Okay. 9 a.m. Check your email. You got 5 sales. Then what?
I actually start fulfilling the orders right then. For me, I have a system that says don't put it down, put it away. And for me, if I have 5 orders, then 5 orders is going to go out within the next few hours, unless there's something else that's stopping me. Another
Okay.
hit.
So if what system do you have in place if there are 5 different items?
Well, it's the same process. I have a I have their because if there's 5 sales already, now like to just create the label. Create the label. I already have everything set up for that. Just actually copy and paste the label in there, and then put it in the jacket. It's supposed to be and put it box set up everything.
You
And
already
by
got
the
the
end of,
boxes already?
I have some boxes depending on what size it is. I do have boxes, yes.
All right. So 9 a.m. 5 sales come via email. You start printing the labels. You box it up, and then you start shipping it.
Yep, by the end of the day. I usually try to ship it out the same day on if not later than the next morning.
Then what?
Start all over again. If
Okay, so
there's no sales and
that's a
no sales,
start. That's a start to a process. Let's hold on 1 second. That's a start. Hold on quick. I can take these glasses off so I can charge them. My chargers are around the corner. Hold on.
April, you're gone.
And she's gone. She said, "Nice meeting you." Yes, one of my friends to another friend. All right, here I come. Let me move this out the way. All right, cool. Let me pull this. Yeah, I charge my glasses. Not gonna break anything. Sometimes you get to moving too fast. All right, so let's look at your system. So your day, like I said, this stuff right here, we're gonna leave this over here because this is random stuff. And I'm gonna get a little raw, random shit, right? It's random stuff right now because we don't have no organization. And as you know, I'm an extreme life coach, so if we get a little raw, you know, you want to make money, you know, trying to be nice, being broke ain't got no nicety. So, you know, not saying that we broke, I'm just saying we gotta go hard. So right there is random stuff. Until we put that in the system, it's random. Right here is system. 9 a.m. I check my email. I deal, even if I don't have 5 emails, we'll get to that later. Check the emails. You got 5 sales, right? Next thing you do, start labeling it up, start boxing it up, ship, rinse, and repeat. Now, what's different between this process and when you buy something from somewhere else? What are you missing?
Well, you buy something from someplace else.
Do you shop online?
I do.
When's the last thing you purchased online?
Mm. What it was, oh, something came in the other day. I forgot what it was. Something came
Sure,
in.
sure. Just entertain me a bit.
Yeah.
So the company that you purchased from, they got the package email at 9 a.m. that Linda purchased it. They checked their email, right? You one of the 5. They already got your money.
Mm-hmm.
They go through their process. What's their process? Put it in a box, put a label on it.
Yeah, and they send it to me. And
Is
I
that
get
it?
pretty much.
No, pretty much. We don't have,
Yeah.
pretty much is why we don't got no money. Pretty much is why we ain't got no
No,
sales.
that's what happened.
No, but what else? Let's focus on details. Let's take it. This. I told you I was gonna help you no matter what happened. I said I'm gonna help you before you, whatever you do, I want to help you. So this is help. But a lot of people can't take this side of me. But because I can be myself, I could be my real self, because whatever happened, happened. So I'm gonna give you my real me. I'm giving you a free extreme life coaching session right here for your business. And I'm gonna get real with you. So it's not gonna come off friendly. It's not gonna come off as, oh, okay. It's not customer service. Fuck customer service. What are you missing in this pipeline right here? Just look at it. This is easy. Yeah, I get an email. I send a package. I put it in the box. I send it out. Okay.
I follow up. I send them a message to let them know that it's on the way.
Okay, there you go. Now we talking. Now we talking. Now we getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Because when do you follow up?
I usually follow up immediately to let them know that's on its way.
Is it automation or is it something that you have to do?
I have to do right now. I have to do it.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay. So let me see what's a good icon for follow up. So boom. So you check your email. So check email. You got 5 sales. That's money in your pocket. You label it. You box it. You repeat. And then you email them. You email them and say what?
Let them know that it's on its way. That it'll be, thank you for your sale. Thank you. And I mean, that's what I've been doing. What I want to do is to actually do an upsell at that point and say, you like this one, would you like this also?
Yeah. No, we're not gonna get into no want to do. We're gonna just focus on what we are doing right now.
But that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, no, we're gonna rip that shit straight. Because first thing you do, you need automations. You know, when they make a purchase, they should automatically get an email saying, listen, you got your purchase. That you shouldn't have to send that email. That should be automatic. Then your funds should automatically go to your account or wherever they need to go, and then pushing it towards a marketing funnel. We'll talk about that later. This right here, you should have some stuff already pre-boxed and ready to go. Some whatever stuff that you can pre-box as much as you can. You take an hour a day and you pre-box and label all that stuff. Anything that you don't have to put in the box until it's time to print, don't put it in there. Labels, print paper, all that stuff. We'll get into all that later. Then this right here. There needs to be communication during the entire process. I'll give you a case study. Let's do a case study real quick. Because I don't just tell people to do stuff that I don't do. Right? Let me see. So we're gonna look at some quick automations. And this stuff is not stuff that's included in basics. I'm not trying to sell anything. This is not what that is. So I'm not going to get into what's included and what's not included. But this in particular is something that one must think of and do on their own. Right? So I'm going to hit share screen, pick a window. I'm going to pick this window right here. We're going to log into the In Vivo software. And my customer, badass Peach order workflow. Okay. So what does that mean? Okay. So the first email, we let them know that, hey, we received your order. Get ready. Your order is received. Then we take them through the packaging process. Right. Then we tell them, these are all 4 different emails that goes out. Why? Why is Emmanuel sending out an order? Why he telling the customer when he packaging it? Why is he telling the customer when he shipped it? Why is he telling the customer when he delivered? Why am I doing that, Ms. Linda? Why is that? Why would I do that on the why is that important?
Constant communication.
Constant. That's why I'm so mad I dropped the ball with you. Constant communication. Constant. I got, constant communication. So then it's happening. Your package is on the way. Upsell is all in the motherfucker. You got upsells already here. Even the one I just showed you had an upsell in it. This one right here say join the peach pitch. Let's see what happened. Where does it bring them? Into a community. Same thing I would say, yo, you need to get your I remember community. Bring them to a community where you can upsell them again. We got an affiliate chat. We got an announcement. We got giveaways. We got all that stuff. The inner pit crew, all that good stuff. We got it for them. Okay. And you work them through the system. So that's the first stages for me. So then after that, I had to create 2 different workflows. Once it's shipped, I have a different one. And this should take time, right? These are all things I took the time to create. So when you get the 3rd email, but now you already trust me because I'm telling you the truth. I say, hey, look, I got your order, right? I'm packaging it up. I was chilling with my family. I ain't telling them all that, but I'm packaging it up. Boom, boom, boom. You're like, okay, I appreciate it. The nigga telling me he packaging my stuff up. Cool. Constant communication. That 3rd email, you may look at it, you may not look at it because you're like, all right, this nigga emailing me a lot. But I know my package is coming. If you go into this 3rd email, beyond an upsell, I now sent you content. These are all videos that they can now watch to get them hungry. I'm playing with their enigma. I mean, their whatever the word. I'm lost my words. Amygdala. That's the word I'm trying to use. You know, but they can watch this stuff. They can click on it. They can watch this stuff. They can be a part of the, you know, the journey and learn different food tactics or whatever. You know, boom. So then they like, okay, they involved. You got them in there. You're showing them different people using the jewelry or whatever the case may be. Then it's delivered. We got an alert. They got an alert. Let me see if this is it. I don't know. That's funny. That's for people who ain't paid their bill. We got automations for that. You ain't pay your subscription. Hey, see, you ain't gotta worry about that. Anybody else? They harass them. I'll show you. Let me show you that work. Show you that workflow. Let me show you that workflow for the late payment people. Harassing 7 days straight. 7 days straight. Where's my? You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna tell you, you gotta grab that pickaxe and we gotta mind our business. So let's see, delivered. So BAP delivered. All right. So same thing, you know. And then this time I went a little fun with it, right? I went, your order has been delivered, you know, with the guy from You're Not Hungry no more because your order has been delivered. But it's no marketing, no major marketing. You know, your mission is I've completed what I promised them. I kept my side of the bargain, right? Then what am I asking them to do, Miss Linda? Putting their ass back to work. Look, now that you got this barbecue sauce, nigga, go and make some content. Go and upload. Same thing with your jewelry. Thank you for your purchase. If someone you remember, here's a chance. I know you said you don't do free. Here's a chance for a free whatever upload. And we already got your thing already set up. If you look at what I sent them, all right, let's go to this thing right here. I know you said you ain't doing, listen, this thing shows them the 15-minute video. So now we got them with story, boom. Then, yes, I want to remember a loved one. Takes them to this. They fill this out. We collect their data. The date, person you remembering, the passing date, upload a photo. Yes, you do need to set all these things up. Somebody need to set them up, but they need to be set up. No way, no how. You can't. It's like all these things you got to consider. All of these things. So we go to sites, and then we go to forms, submissions, free locket. You see that the one I just submitted is right there. I just picked some random name. The pictures we uploaded is right there. So the data is there. You know what I'm saying? But but if you go to conversations, there's nothing happening because there's no automation set up. So what you would want to do is, remember when we first talked, I said, yo, I need you to think about the whole process with the customer, the entire workflow, right? And then you gotta like build that out in the software. It has AI. That's why I said, yo, Miss Linda, get all this stuff, get them all, write it up. Hey, when they make a purchase, I want them to test it. All right, here we go. When a customer makes a purchase, I want to send them an email that we received their purchase. Next, I want to have another email after 2 days, follow up with them and let them know that their package has been packaged. And in 24 hours, I want to send them another message that says it's been shipped. And then once I add a tag for delivered, I want to alert them that it's been delivered with another email letting them know it's been delivered. I also want to have a follow-up email within 7 days for them to send me a picture of them wearing the jewelry. And in 10 days from that, I want to send them another message asking them how they doing and check on them and tell them that everything will be okay. And in 25 days, I want to follow up with them and I want to give them a mock-up of what the jewelry could look like if they, with the person that they submitted earlier in that week. Damn, it ain't collect none of that. But you get my point. Dang, it ain't collect none of that. But if it did, it would start making all that for you. Workflow that alert customer through purchase journey. Excuse us the spelling, y'all. Purchase journey. Journey. Day by day with weekly follow up and up sales. All right, we're not going to use this. I'm just creating just for the hell of it. Just to show you what you got in your powerhouse. Because if I'd be in this mug every day trying to figure out how to use it. And
I've been in there. I've been trying.
I ain't saying you ain't. This is just me in character. Excuse me. This is just me in character. This is my extreme life coach case. This is also a case people want to hire me to put my foot in their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a couple of customers who do that, but then once they get their projects off the ground, they don't need me no more. So I'm used to people flying away. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a part of the process. But that's just this is a part of the character. It's the pressure is never real. So when you feeling the pressure and you feel like it's real, just know it's fake. So if I'm raising my voice, it's fake. It's all fake. It's just theater. I'm a theater kid, you know what I mean, who learned to act my way through life. You understand? And that's what we all got to do. We got to act our way through life. Act like I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? And keep pushing. But see, Facebook is the devil. As soon as you log in there, you see big booty. Oh yeah, I got a fundraiser. I gotta apply for that for a grant coming up.
Frustrated with that too.
Yeah, no, that's a part of the process.
I know.
But yeah, so let me see. This ain't done. Oh yeah, here you go. Boom. Look at this. Already done. All right, so boom. First thing, send an email. Wait 2 days. Purchase alert. Purchase alert. And look, it draft the email. Hope you're doing good. The journey is day 4. Keep you alert and engaged in the process. Blah, blah, blah. And we didn't give it any knowledge for real. Remember, it didn't take any of the stuff that I gave it. In addition, I want to add an SMS version of that for every other day. So then, boom, I'm going to add some text message campaigns in there. You already A2P. That's another shame. You didn't got A2P verified.
Hold on a minute here. Steve. Hello. Okay. All right. Hold on. Right now. He's just
All right.
coming in from out of town. I got to open the door.
Man, no worries. So, but it's cool though. We did that. We went through that process. Oh snap.
Hold
Okay,
on a
go ahead,
minute.
do your thing. Do your thing. I'm gonna still talk to the audience, guys. You know what I just thought about? What we can do is we can. So I'm a type of person. I utilize tools in ways they may not be supposed to be used, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on my own sub account real quick, and I think I'm about to create something unreal. All right, so let's go here. All right, because the thing didn't work last time. I'm gonna go to a different thing to write down my ideas. I want to create a workflow that follows up with me every day to remind me to do what I'm supposed to do. So reminding me to check on my animation, reminding me to follow up with my customers, reminding me to make my content, reminding me to pray in text messages. Oh, that's a good idea. SMS text messages to remind me to stay on top of my A game. Oh, snap, I need to stop going live. This is actually proprietary. It's actually a good idea. All right, y'all. Yo, I love y'all, but y'all, yo, oh my God, that's some free game. Y'all just got whoever's watching this, you're welcome. Yo, shouts out to band runners for this hat. I got this hat when I was out in LA. We was doing some content shoot for the Badass Peach Barbecue sauce. Oh, that ain't work. Hold on. That don't look right. What that is. Hold on, let me reprompt that. I want it to be. Oh yeah, that's right. I should create the task. So I should create the daily task first, and then I want you to follow up with me via text messages until those tasks are complete. Yo, Miss Linda, I'm so grateful for you. So while you were away, I came up with, you know how like Nick, and we was like, you don't know, we don't know what we're supposed to do. I need a system. So I used the same AI workflow that I used to create your workflow to create a reminder workflow. So something that tells me, hey, follow up with this task and that task, but you know we got to put it on the task thing. So I mean, only because I'm getting restless. I hope this was helpful. We can get back on. To sum it up, guys that are watching, I gotta close this up. I'm showing too much. To sum it up, guys, the goal is to take the business to the next level by minding our own business, right? The goal is to focus on our business like it's no tomorrow. Like the world was going to end and we needed to do nothing else but focus on our business. Meaning we need to get in there every single day. We need to be messaging to people. We need to be following up with people. And after we done sold them, we need to still follow up with them. Even when we didn't, they don't want to sell them no more, still follow with them, check on them. You know what I'm saying? We have to court our customers. We have to court our customers. Don't be afraid to send your customer a professional equivalent of a flirty text. Professional equivalent. I didn't say sext. Nobody's customers, but send them a professional equivalent to something that's like cute. Like you would text somebody you're trying to go on a date with, and you would say, "Hey, I'm just seeing how you doing," but professionally, I'm just trying to see how's your auntie. Hey, look at this article. I know that you like this. I wanted to share this with you. I know you're a big fan of sports. I wanted to share this. Did you hear about one of my friends? I don't like sports, but one of my friends loves sports. And I always talk shit about the Chiefs because that's his team. But I don't watch sports. I can't tell you nothing about no sports. But I talk some smack to him about his Chiefs, and we build our relationship. You know? He may not want to buy nothing immediately after the Chiefs lose, but he know that I thought about him. Little stuff go a long way when it comes to customer service and understanding that you are competing with the big wigs. You are. You competing with them. You competing with every mom and pop shop. You competing with every Etsy shop. And I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't matter where you sell it at, as long as you ask the customer for the sale. My boy, I told you about him earlier. He said he did $600 for one sale. So what they do is, and this is where what I told you I want to do, the meeting of the minds. I wish I could have got him on here. So he's doing the little door-to-door marketing thing that everybody done did those little jobs growing up or whatever. Those little motherfucking you go to the, you think it's a job and it's a marketing thing, but it's good because he's really good at sales. He was selling the Badass Peach barbecue sauce, and I was like, yo, I think you really got a gift in sales. You could take this somewhere. So he went to put my company on his application and apply for some jobs, and he got a job. But everybody that puts my company on their application and apply somewhere, they get it because I'm verified. Like, not to toot my own horn, but toot. I built my business from the ground up, and I'm known out here in these marketing streets. So my point is, I got a little carried away because my ego, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to marketing, we have to do the same thing that they're doing, Miss Linda. So he got hired at a marketing company, and at this marketing company, they have essentially commission-based people stand in the store. Then this nigga said from like 11 to 8, you do the math. That's a lot of time. It's more than 8 hours when you do 12 to 8 is 8 hours, okay? So it's more than 8 hours. 12 to 8 is 8 hours. So it's 9 hours standing on your feet. He said out of the 9 hours he sold one blow dryer or leaf blower or whatever he's selling and made $600. It's not bad. It's not bad when you don't have a huge overhead for cost of living. But what I'm saying to you is the system that they put in place. They hire and they train people who might not get accepted anywhere else. People who don't know better, people who whatever, however you want to look at these potential people to be great, potential stars, and you put them in a space, and if they sell, they get paid. So what I'm hoping you take away from this is you need a sales team. You need to get you some people or you go work your relationships. Say, hey, can I come just sit in here all day from 11 to 8 and promote my stuff in the grocery store? It's all of these asking is permission. Go to Giant. Can I sit in here? I'm telling you, this is called mastermind. This is what what's that dude name? This is what all these cats talk about when they say mastermind. It's taking one thing from another industry and applying it to your industry. So I'm telling you what this cat is doing. Right now, he's just a soldier. We generals. We need other soldiers, or we need to go to the front line ourselves, and we need to do the same thing. His model works. I'm about to do that. I'm about to call a bunch of bookstores in this area and ask them, can I sit in your fucking library for 8 hours and hope that someone buys my books? Because you know what? It's always somebody out here working harder than us. There's always somebody out here who ain't making no excuse. This dude ain't making no excuses. He went out there. I ain't doing that. I know I ain't doing. First thing when he told me how to let me out, I said, shit. In a suit in a grocery store for 8 hours, nigga, kiss my ass. But that's me. I came up with this theory. It's not about what you're willing to do. That's why I get so mad. Because I know me. I know I'll put up with a difficult customer to pay my bills, but I know I'm not gonna stand in no store for no 8 hours. Okay, I know me. You got to know what you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? I do some strange things for some change, but I ain't doing that. I don't give a fuck how much potential earning it is. I'm good. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. That's not for me. I know what I won't do. So you got to get confident and comfortable with yourself and say what you won't do. I'm not gonna keep calling my cousin and ask them to buy my stuff. I'm not. Who are you not going? What? Forget what you're willing to do. What are you not willing to do to change your situation? What? Let's do that, Miss Linda. What don't you want to do to make money from your brand? What are you not willing to do?
The pop-up shop would be good, but I'm not willing to be there every day, every weekend. All my weekends are taken up. I'm not willing to do that.
What you do on the weekends?
I sell, but I actually talked to some people who had the pop-up shop that's near me that said that they do make money. She said that, it does take a while. She said, but what makes money is they want you to be there as if you're a regular retail store. So every weekend they want you there. So they may not sell today, they may not buy today, but they're when they come looking for you, they want you to be in place. But you don't have no sales before then. She said it took her a year to get her first sale.
So you get what I'm saying? Fuck that.
I know I'm not. So I know I'm not doing that.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah, I know I'm not doing that.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not. I know I won't do that. So I took it off my menu for me to do because I know I wouldn't do.
Okay, so let's do that. That's perfect. That's good. That's good. I'm with you on that. Okay, but what are we willing to do? Because I had that same epiphany. I'm with you. I'm not doing because I got the whole studio. I could have a pop-up store every day. I could have people pop up every day between this time and that time, and I could be selling books. I got the inventory. I don't want to commit.
I won't commit to that. I know I won't. So.
I say it. Look, no. But look, in front of everybody, I don't want to commit. So the solution would be finding people who I can compensate for their time, because if it works, it works. But you got to make sure it makes sense. Meaning, bare minimum, if I'm paying somebody $10 an hour for 5 hours, I need to make a minimum $50. Minimum wage 15. So 15 times 5, 25 times 5, 25. It's like $80, $75, something like that for the day. I gotta make a minimum $75 just the business to run, just to make a little bit, just to pay that motherfucker to be in the room. So you're like, do it myself. You got other stuff to do. I got $1 million brain. I could be out making $1 million ideas. I can't sit in here for 5 hours, right? So cool. So meaning I gotta at least sell one book. One book gotta be $75. I gotta just do that just in case we get lucky. Then think about it, right? This is why brick and mortars don't do so well. Then you gotta have marketing and drive traffic into that spot. So on top of me being available every day, I gotta also drive traffic every single day. Okay, that's why big corporations, they do well, but that's why I won't do it personally. So what am I willing to do? One-off events, the cosplay healing theory. We did that event. Same thing, pop up. It's a pop-up shop with a theme. What's the difference? I know I'm not gonna commit, so let me do one off, stick to a date. Boom, boom, boom. Maximize the date as much as possible. I think you're the only person that didn't have to pay for a vending spot. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else paid to be a part of this situation. The tickets were free for the people that came in. And we had a successful time. But it's the same thing. Finding ways around what you don't want to do. I know all my don't want to do's. I know when my fence is too high. I know which fence I'm not hopping over. I know that I would do whatever it takes to not have to go and get a 9 to 5. I don't mind getting a job, a part-time. But I know for money, there's nothing you can convince me to do unless it's in the field and I get equity to do as a 9 to 5. There's not enough money in the world unless I own the motherfucking piece of the business, at least 1%. I got a book coming out. I'll talk about that. You know what I mean? Like I'm done. I'm done. I don't do work for hire anymore. So it's like it limits me, but I know what I'm not going to do. So I have to pivot. I have to think about ways. Okay, I'm not going to do it every day, pop up, but I'll do once a blue moon. I'll do once a week, do once a month. Can you do something like that?
I do that. I do that.
So okay. So you check your emails. You
I
got
just
5
went.
sales.
Yeah, I did one, like I said, this weekend.
What was this weekend?
It was a breast cancer and prostate cancer event.
How many books did? How many products did you sell?
None.
What do you think was the reason why?
Well, I had people interested, but they kind of closed early because of the person that was in that
Why didn't you close them earlier?
I tried, but when they had dinner, they had a lot going on. Just said, I'll come back to your table, whatnot. So I
Okay,
did.
so let's practice. Oh, I love your stuff. It's time for dinner. I'm gonna come back to your table. No, you do that to me. How about that? I'll respond.
I love your stuff. I'll come back to your table.
No,
I'll
no,
be
listen,
there.
it's gonna be busy today, and I already know that the way they got this event set up is gonna be hard. Let me just get your card right now. I got touch to pay. I'll take your payment right here. Let me do it here. Matter of fact, here, take this. Put the jewelry in their goddamn hand. Okay. Tell them to reach into their pocketbook, grab their card, and let's start. Listen, we're not gonna have time later. Let's get this done now because every time I have these events, the line gets around the corner. Let's just do it now. Then they're gonna tell you they ain't got no money. The reason why they really ain't buy it. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we gotta be aggressive. I don't give if you're confident in the sales port, I don't give a fuck. They're not gonna walk away. They'll stand there and be inconvenienced. People don't work like that. You lock them in. All right, well, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Because you here right now, I'll bring you your card. You trust me, right? I ain't gonna go nowhere. I'll bring you your card to your table. Give me your card now, and I'll bring it to your table. Give me let's do this. Give me the money and I'll bring you your change. I'll bring it to you. That way you're gonna miss nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll do it right here, right on the phone. It's gonna take look, if you call yourself grandma, it's gonna take grandma just a little bit. Just play into that. It's gonna take my mom just a little bit second. Give me 1 second. Hey, play into that. Don't sleep on it. They don't gotta know how savvy you are, but you let them walk away. The fucking event ain't closed down too early. You ain't closed them early enough. Nigga walked up to me. All right, let's go. Lock you in. Let's get you in here. Come on, let's get it. Let's go. Because you know what? I don't know if my memory's so messed up, I may not remember talking to that person. I may not, I'm not
See,
following.
mine is not.
Yeah, but look, you got the information?
Yeah.
What's their phone number? It ain't in the system.
No.
It's been 24 to 48 hours. You ain't followed up. They ain't get a text message. They ain't get an email. They don't remember. We need to show them that at bare minimum, I remember. All right, y'all, listen. I hope this was helpful. The structure is wake up. Yeah, and then pick your days. If you know you want your weekends, you want some weekends to yourself, pick your days. Let time be specifically for I remember.
All right. Thank you.
And please get into the software before you get out of the software and get some automations going. Try to get the ball rolling because when I moved to Florida, I was on the phone with my friend. I moved to Florida because I was on my way out. But I tried before I quit.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really tried. I really gave it my all. And by the time I finished trying, I learned a new skill. And I wanted to try the skill out that it made it impossible for me to quit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Call them, set up those emails, set up those follow-ups. Anybody that you got in, you go to opportunities, add them into that opportunity pipeline, and just follow up with them until they say, look, man, I can't do it. And then leave them alone. But don't spend too much time talking to these people, running, people gonna run their mouth. Wait, man, let me get look. You gotta tell them. I'm gonna tell you what is I ain't gonna tell it because there's too many people listening right now. I'm gonna tell them that next time. Y'all come to my I'm gonna do more jam sessions like this. Next time, I'll tell you guys quick and easy ways to close a deal. I'll tell you a fast way to close a deal to a customer that might be on the fence. But thank you. I remember. Make sure y'all go and shop. I remember. I appreciate this. This is good for everybody. So until next time.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm gonna stop the stream. All right, so that's done. But yeah, no, for reals.